Cowboys reporter Calvin Watkins joins you now on 105.3 The Fan. And good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. It's always good to talk ball with you, Calvin. Now, we want to talk about this matchup, of course, but maybe the biggest storyline or the most important thing we're tracking is how possible is it that Will McClay leaves this offseason? What do you know about that story?
I don't think he's going to go anywhere. He's got a couple of teams that are interested in him, and obviously you want to talk to him because he's had some very good drafts. He's able to work well with others. He's able to work well with Jerry Jones for a long time, and I think a lot of other NFL owners see that. I just don't see him leaving. His son lives here, obviously, and he's growing up, and the Jones family loves him. But if you're an NFL team that wants a smart executive that knows personnel and can get people together and put programs together to draft and all those kinds of things and scout players, you want to talk to Will McClay. But I don't think he'll leave. But it's worth going after him, right?
Yeah, and I love to hear that. Eventually I feel like somebody is going to recognize, wow, look at the great job that he's done in all the different capacities and all the different things that he is asked to do. Do you feel like that's sort of an indefinite statement that you're making, that Will McClay is going to be a Cowboy for life, or is that just for now?
You never say never. I mean, his contract was up, I want to say, last year or the year before last. And a couple of teams went after him, and the Cowboys were like, you're not going anywhere, bro. And they gave him a contract extension and gave him a nice little raise. And, he doesn't have to worry about power or anything like that. If he needs something, he can go down the hall and talk to Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones. He's got a great relationship with Mike McCarthy, which I think is also key. They're all aligned. So, it's okay to be comfortable somewhere. And I think he is here. But never say never. Someone can call Will and say, we'll give you $50 million to help us. Then you got to say bye and go about your business. So that's why you can never say never, but I don't know if anyone will do that.
Speaking of never saying never, if it came down to it, do you think Jerry Jones would be willing to give up the title and whatever else it took to keep Will happy?
I don't think Will cares about a title. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Jerry is the owner and the general manager, but Stephen Jones has got a title. Will McClay's got a title. They all got titles. It's all about what are you doing on a day in, day out basis. And Will McClay is the quote unquote de facto general manager. And that's nothing against Jerry or Stephen because they are heavily involved in what's going on with the football team, But when you need to work out a guy on a random Tuesday in the middle of October, well, Will McClay's that guy. When you're talking about evaluating who's putting our draft board together, well, that's Will McClay. When Mike McCarthy says, hey, I want to get a tight end, and Will McClay says, well, I need a tackle, then Jerry Jones does his job and say, okay, I'll pick between the two of you guys. So, but no, I just think Will's got the power here to do whatever he wants. And it's not so much the title. It's just about what are they allowing you to do.
What's the latest on Dan Quinn, and can the Cowboys possibly keep him around for a third consecutive coaching cycle?
I think that one might be a little problematic. I think Dan is ready to move on, not in a negative way. I think he wanted to see this through with this defense, with this team. Mike McCarthy talked about this yesterday. The windows are so small in this sport, because the roster has changeover, every year. So I think Dan Quinn wanted to ride this out the last couple of years. He backed out of some potential job opportunities at other places. And I think now he's like, I'm ready to go. But Dan's not going to take any old type of job. I think he wants a job where he has an established quarterback or a team that says, hey, we have a top pick, 3, 4, 5, or 1 or whatever, and we're going to draft one of these young quarterbacks here. So he's not going to go to any old situation, as I said. He wants to go to the right situation. I look at the Chargers because they have a stable quarterback situation. and they got some pieces on defense. So that seems like that might fit. Maybe he goes to the Commanders. They don't have a quarterback, but they got a high pick. So you could say they have the second pick, I think. So you could say, okay, you got the second pick. Do you want the kid from Carolina? Do you want the kid from USC? Because it's definitely not Sam Howell. And then you rebuild. So you're going to give me 5 years to do that? Yeah, we will. So maybe you go there. So it's got to be the right situation.
Calvin, translate what Jerry Jones told you guys on Sunday after the game about Mike McCarthy's contract. And I know this from personal experience. Jerry likes everybody to feel uncomfortable, and he's going to make you earn that extension. Am I reading this the right way, or are you seeing something completely different?
No, you're reading it right. Mike will enter the last year of his deal. This is not new news. I think Jason Garrett was in the last year of his deal 1 year. I think Wade Phillips was in the same boat. So this is nothing new. McCarthy and Jerry have a great relationship. McCarthy's not worried about an extension or anything of that nature. I think McCarthy's got leverage, to be honest with you, because if, say, McCarthy gets his team to the NFC Championship game, he can do whatever he wants, right?
Sure.
So, and if he gets to the Super Bowl, if you don't want to extend me, okay, that's fine. Someone's going to pay me, So guys getting fired every year in this sport. So Mike McCarthy's betting on himself, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's working so far. But I don't think Jerry was trying to say, oh, Mike's job's on the line. No, I just think he was being Jerry. He's like, no, he was complimentary of Mike. 3 consecutive 12-win seasons. He said he's the reason why we're here. So I don't think he was. But I just think everyone kind of took some of that stuff out of context a little bit, because I was there when he said it.
Sure. If he loses, though, are all bets off? If he loses this week against Green Bay?
They'll have some serious conversations, no doubt.
So there's a lot on the line for Mike. There's a lot on the line this week for Mike.
Oh, yeah. Like if you go in there Sunday and get beat, say, 35-3.
Yeah.
Oh, woo.
Yeah.
I can imagine what you're going to be talking about on Monday.
Oh. Sure.
So, but if he loses 17-14 and the guy misses a kick or a guy beats him at the gun on a field goal, we're hurt, we're crying, but you're coming back. So it's okay.
It's Calvin Watkins with us here in the GBag Nation, covers the Cowboys for the Morning News. What are your thoughts on Sunday's matchup against the Packers? I think a lot of Cowboy fans remember what happened in 14 and 16, and I'm hoping those nightmares left with Aaron Rodgers.
I think so, too. There's one common denominator, that was Aaron Rodgers, right? Yeah. And so he's in New York. So you should say, can Jordan Love do some of these things that we've seen Aaron Rodgers do? I don't know. I don't think so. But the Packers do have a really good team. I've always liked Jordan Love. It's just a matter of giving him an opportunity. The defense is pretty good. Joe Burrow's a good coordinator. I do like the Cowboys in this game. I don't think it will be an easy game. To be honest with you, I just think it'll be a close game, because I like the Packers, and the Cowboys have some holes. They have some deficiencies, and the running game is not where it needs to be. The run defense is not where it needs to be. I think the Packers can run the ball on Dallas. That secondary, as much as I love Stephon Gilmore and Deron Bland and Jordan Lewis, you can get some yards on those guys. You really can, if you know what you're doing. So it's going to be a close game, but Dallas should win. I think, I'm going to pick them whenever I have to put my picks in at the paper this week.
Could the Packers offense, be explosive enough that, you look at, there's 3 games where the Cowboys kind of got run off the field: San Francisco, Buffalo, Philly, like more than 1 out of every 6. There's like an 18% chance you give up like a 40 burger from this Cowboys defense. Is Green Bay capable of having a game like that?
I don't think the Packers are on that level, like with the Bills and the Niners and that kind of thing. And you have to remember, those games are on the road. Okay. This one is at the lovely confines of AT&T Stadium. And I don't know if the Packers can put up the points like that on the road. It'll be interesting to see if they can, you know what I'm saying? Because they do have a pretty good team, and I don't want to dismiss that from them. But I just think the home field advantage really works for the Cowboys. For whatever reason, they just play so well in that building. Obviously, they're 8-0. So I just don't see the Packers just in a shootout, in a sense, if that makes sense.
How bad did you feel for Zack Martin on Sunday, waking up sick and then just having to just hang out in the Washington locker room for the entire duration of the game? That's got to be the worst place to just be sick all the time.
I was, that locker room is nasty. So I would have said, can I go back to the hotel and watch the game? I mean, I felt bad for Zach, but if you need Zack Martin to beat the Washington Commanders, then you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I'm being honest. So yeah, he was sick. He was going to play, and then that morning, it got worse and worse, and I felt bad for him from that perspective. But it's like I wasn't crying in the press box when he didn't play. I was saying, "I'll see you next week, bro," and it's okay.
Will we see Tyler Smith this week, you think?
I think so. He did not look good in doing the rehab portion of practice that we saw last week. He was moving kind of gingerly when he was on those resistance cords, and he just did not move the way he needed to move to be in a big-time game. And you got to manage that pain. Maybe he gets a new shoe. Who knows? But I would think taking a week off would help him. So I expect him to go. McCarthy said yesterday that Tyler should be limited in practice tomorrow. So that's a good sign.
Do you feel bad? You wouldn't feel bad about starting TJ Bass, though, would you?
They like TJ Bass, and he's not bad. No, I want Tyler Smith.
Oh yeah, we all do. Smith. Yeah, but if they had to go that route, though, if they had to go the route where once again they needed another week.
Before you go play Detroit or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I can live with it. I'm not happy about it, but I can live with it. But I want him for the divisional round.
Yeah.
If I don't have him in the divisional round, I'm a little worried. So, but yeah, you can get. I don't know. I guess you can get away with it one more week, but the divisional round's not promised to you.
Yeah,
so it's one of the home fellas.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Tyler, put on a big shoe, put on some pads on top of that foot, whatever you got to do, let's go. So you got to play football here,
I'll drink to that. That's Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News, and we'll see you on Sunday, bro.
All right, guys. Have a great day.